Okay, hello. Today, welcome to the second session of the tutorials, and today we're going to tackle uh, how to auto-generate model feeds from our data, that's spatial data, in the platform we call Django. So I'm going to show a very quick way on how to auto-generate models from your data that you have in on your local machine or maybe somewhere, instead of manually generating the field from that will hold the data. So I'm going to do a very quick demonstration on how to start a Django application, or maybe a Django project with an application that holds spatial data, and on how we are going to generate the data the models very fast. So follow me, and you'll get to capture the concepts. So I'll do the everything step by step. So I'll start by I have a virtual environment that I'm going to activate, then launch my project that I have, then I'm going to show you the rest. So I'll start by moving to my working space, then I'll activate everything, then I have an application already that I'm calling tutorials. I've just created it some minutes ago. So that's my working environment. So if I do pip freeze, something like that. So I'm using Django. It should be Django 1.9. Yeah, as you can see here. And I have I'll show you the quick way that I'm telling you. So just follow along. So I have my tutorials application here. So we're going to edit this, create a model from my spatial data that I have, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll get so we can get to editing, so we can just edit that. So here we are. Yeah, so this is my application. As you can see, I've not done any migration yet, so everything is still empty as I just created it. So I'm going to show you two parts on how to use the views, auto generation of the model, and also on how to generate some files that enable automatic loading of data into a database. So as you can see from my settings bit here, I have I assume that you have some basics in Django, and at least this is not very new to you. At least you're familiar with the settings file on the different parts, the installation of application, the classes that we use, templates, and so forth. So I'll start by creating a database. In this case, I'll be using PostGIS. So I'd go straight to creating a geodatabase. So here it goes. So I'll have to connect to my PostGIS database here, and then I just show you how to edit it very fast in the settings file of our application, of our project. So I'll connect to my PostGIS account. So when I'm there, SQL. So from there I can create database geo. Let me call this geo. Then so something like that. Then I'll connect to my database, which is connect. Then oh sorry, you're now connected as database PostGIS as user PostGIS. Okay, yeah, that's what we wanted. So I create an extension. For you to use any spatial data in a database or in PostgreSQL, you have to enable PostGIS on that database. So we've created our database here, which is geo. So we've connected to it, and it has told us you're not connected to the database PostGIS. as user PostGIS. So I want to just create the extension on our PostGIS, on our Geo database that we've created. So I just come and create an extension, then PostGIS. So there you are. So then I'll exit and yeah, so something like that. Yeah, so we have our database that we've just created. We've enabled PostGIS in it, and so it can handle spatial data. So I'm going to edit the settings file here. So first, before we proceed, you know that for you to have the application appearing or maybe being used in any Django project, you must register it here. So application is called Geo, so there it is. So you have to put it there. Then I'll come to the database section here. So I have to edit this to reflect my PostGIS database. So how I do that is I just need to edit this part, which now I have to get to contrib.gis.db, then .backends, then PostGIS. Oh, sorry. So that's PostGIS. Then the name of my database, it's the one that we just created right now. So I just input, which is Geo. So then we have to create the user. You must notify who's the user will be accessing the database. So the user is PostGIS. Then so this one just use the defaults. So that one. So something like that. Oh, sorry. Something like that. So I'm just using a PostGIS for my my password and username. So this is just basic. So we just go there. Then host now, because it's my machine. So we have localhost. Then that one. So I have to say the port or to specify the port that I'm using. So something like that. So this one is 54x2. That's the default for PostGIS. So that way. So this one now will connect to our database that we just created some minutes ago or some seconds ago. So this one is held somewhere, and if we come and open our PGadmin here, we'll see the database inside the system that we have. So as it opens, I'm waiting for it. So there, if I refresh, oh, my system, my database doesn't appear here. Hey, what could we have done wrong? Okay, so we can just create it very fast here. So we do it, sorry, small letters. Then the owner should be PostGIS. There we go. So now it tells it has 24 databases. So we can come here. So the extension here, it's only one for this one. But I want to add a PostGIS. So I'll come here very fast and do create extension PostGIS. So there you are. So it should give us a message here with the so it has returned successfully. We can also add the topology. There you are. So turn is okay. So we can just delete that. So if we refresh this one now, our changes should be reflected here. So you can just close that one. So now this database will connect to a database back there, and will enable us to execute the functionality of the spatial data. So I have some datasets that we can copy very fast. Maybe have some data that we can use to. So for example, I'll use something like I think there's some data here. So Yeah. I don't know which data to use, but I can just copy this one. So we can just copy soil data. We copy it like that. And then so we look for our tutorial project that we have, and we just copy the data there. So here it is. So we just create a new directory, we call it data. So there you are. So we want now to generate a model out of this automatically without restricting us on various aspects. I don't know, we have to generate the character fields, integer. So to avoid that, that's what I want to show you very fast on how to do it. So if I come here and just do what we call so this is Django 1.9. so if I just do something like this, manage.py and then make migrations. Make migrations. So we want to effect the changes into our database. So that tells us no changes, so migrate. So it's now applying the changes of our application into the system. And if we come to just run server, oh sorry, I can't type today, so run server. Yeah. Then you come to the browser here. You come to the browser here and try to load localhost. Yeah, and like that. It should tell you it worked. Yeah, so now application is okay. If I try to come to admin, there you are. So it should tell us to log in, but you don't have any credentials right now. So we can create that very fast. So we can just come here, then create super user. So we can use test, then you can leave that one. You can also error. So so test that didn't match. Oh sorry. Seems I can't type. So test. Yeah, there you go. So I just come here, so input test, then test. There you are. So our application now is open here, but application isn't this is our project, but this one can't be seen because we don't yet registered it. So let's very fast try to, you can save that. And now try to edit the model file that you have here in our application, so then how to reflect the one or the changes that we have in our database, or sorry, in our data. So I don't want, we could do something that maybe soils, blah blah, model. Yeah, and you create all those. Maybe you could start with a name. But I don't want this because at the end of the day, this one will now enable us to do all those things in a very funny, or maybe take us longer. So I don't want to do this. So I want to enable a section that we automatically generate the shapefile or the model. Sorry. So to do that, I'll use a tool we call ogrinspect. So the ogrinspect, and together with something we call a layer mapping. So I'm going to use the tool so that it can generate the fields or the models from the data automatically. So delete that. So follow along. You can just come here. So we just say this one. So python manage.py ogrinspect. So we now have to connect to our data where it's located. And if you look at the class here, it shows that we are doing on something, the manage.py is here, so we have to get into this folder which has our data here. So we'll have to know where do we locate the data from, and to do that it's very easy. So we just need to come and say data, oh no, sorry, so it's geo, then we have data, then we have soils.shp. So this is our shapefile. So we want to generate the model from the shapefile. So you inspect that, then we give the name of the model that we want. So we give soils. We also want to define a projection, an automatic way on how to transform the current projection in the layer into hours that we want. So we do something like this. So we define the reference ID. So we put maybe 21037, something like that. Then we tell it to map. So should map the model with the layer. Yeah. And then we need to tell it that it should act on multiple datasets. So if I do something like that, so it tells us ogrinspect, it's a known command. Wow. So the error here is being generated from one of the sections in our project that you've not activated. So to eliminate this error, that of a known command, we need to come back to our settings file. On the installed application, you see that we have admin, we have auth, we have the content types, the sessions, the blah blah blah, all that. So we need to define an application that will handle the ogrinspect. So and that one is as you can see, this is Django contrib.gis. Yeah. So this one tells us that you should handle spatial data. So if I do this and repeat the model here, so it should automatically generate a model for us and another file for mapping alongside it. So take a look on this. So this, here you are. So this is a model that we could have generated from our data, or maybe we could have generated manually on our models.py file here. But because we didn't want that, we do an automated part, and that's how this is where we handle it. So having this, and also having another section which is auto-generate layer mapping dictionary for this. So we just use this one with the file that will be automatically be updated in the database with. So on this one, I come here and we copy, then we paste it there. Wow. Then we come, so we can save that. Then we come very easily, we just check the other section. So for us to maybe register this one first, so we could add some, this is Python 2.7, could add some stuff, code. We want to maybe to give it a name that we'll be using in the system, so self, something like that. So return should maybe return. So which one here just describes the character field, character. Okay, we could just return. Oh, sorry. So self dot faq. So there you are. Then we could add some other things like class. Then we can say maybe you can give it a boss name. So data. So there you are. So we can register this one in our admin here. So whereby we can just have soils, or maybe admin dot site dot register. Then we just call it from soils, then you can just yeah, something like that. So if I now come here and looking for migration, has no attribute multi-polygon field. Wow, it's awesome. So some of these fields that have these kinds of data set, we must look at them and see how we are able to tackle these. So if I just take a look at this, so we have to tackle this issue of the multi-polygon field, and that one is it's a very simple issue that we just need to tackle. And as you can see, we need to get onto where we can disable or maybe enable this one, so that the file can accept the files that we're having issues with. So if I come here, I'll do just reference to some materials that exist here, but we can check on what's the issue, the multi-polygon field. So just look at certain so as I think to eliminate this error, we need to now in our models to enable some of these aspects. So here we're importing from models Django.db.models, but because multi-polygon is not a Django field, it's a GIS field, so we have to get onto how to enable this. So we'll just import some so we just do import.db, then .gis. Yeah, so these are the country.gis, then .db. So we import the models here, models. Yeah, so now if we come and try to now repeat the process again, now it should have, the error should have gone. So this one is a name soil is not defined. That it's very simple. So you can do from that models import soils. Yeah, so very simple, and just do that. Yeah, so now it writes the changes into our database. And if we now come on our online section here, just refresh like this. Oh, sorry, not activated the server. So run server. There you are. Nice. So if you just run that, so it tells us to log in, then test, not tests. Hey, what's the issue? Test. Oh, my machine seems to be slow. But, test. Oh, I don't know what's the issue, but I can just do it very fast here. So we can just create another, create super user. So we call them some. I don't know why it's oh yeah, one good thing with Django 1.9 doesn't allow you to create a password which is shorter than 8 characters. So I just do this. So yeah, there you are. So if you come here and then just do something. Yeah, I don't know, my browser is misbehaving. Yeah, there you go. So our model is here. That will give an error, I know. yeah, Asian geosoils doesn't exist. So this is because we didn't make a migration, and should make migration so that can reflect the changes in our models. So we do migrate. There you are. So if we just come here now, it should be okay. So we can add soil data, so by filling the different fields that we have. So you see, the good thing with some of these GIS stuff is it automatically creates for you the field. So here you can just input, choose the value that you want. Is it a polygon, maybe point? Yeah, then you can draw the changes. So we're not at this stage. So I want us, instead of creating the data ourselves, so we have to generate another file that is used to automatically create the data or generate the data from our model or from our data. So when we ran the part of the section whereby we tried to load our data from our models from the data, we had a section on how we trace back. Yeah, this one. So we had somewhere where we had that. So we can just copy that, and then I want to show you something very good. So just copy that. Then so I want to generate a file inside my script here that I will load my data directly into this my model here. So now we have 0, so we need to input the records into our database. So how we do that is it's a very layer mapping that you can just use. So what I'll do is just create another file, and then choose something like this, and then save that. So you can save it just where your application files are. So you can just maybe call it load soils.py. Yeah, so a Python script. So we're going to write some short code here that we are going to implement when loading the data. So just do Django.country.gis.utils, then we import layer mapping there. Then we say from models, import our model that now we created. So soils. Can just put something there. Yeah, that's okay. Then we just now come and put the code that we just copied right here. So this one now, what it means, it's we are trying to map our model with the data that we had. So this is read from the field, or the ones that we have here, and then the ones in caps are the ones that exist in the data, which is here, this one. So we need to relate the two. So if it's FHQ here on the model, it has to relate to the PHQ in the data. So that when you are loading, at least it saves the records in the database that it should be. So then this one now we just finalize. We can maybe call it soils. Yeah. So we need to load the shapefile that we had. So we can just call it. Now, those who have used the Linux, at least you know how to define the Python path or the path in your directories. Also on Windows, it's very easy. There's not much difference actually. Yeah, it's almost similar. So I'm using this. That's why I had to import OS here. So that now it could get us the path. We need to get to the path where our data is in and the other path is this one. So using the OS here so that it could locate us from, we don't want to type home, the username, project, tutorial, geo, blah blah blah, all those stuff. So you just want to map it to wherever this file is, and then it locates the data. So I just do it here. So it join. So it should join with our os.path the directory name. Yeah. So this one I do something like this. So this one is very fast, and yeah. So it should join the OS path. So it should join with the directory name, and the directory name is at so we have data, then we have our file, which is the name here, which is soil underscore data. So soil underscore data dot shp. That's what we require. Then close that. So something like that. So on the geometry here, we have to map because this one is geometry, so it comes with the spatial reference. It must carry all that information with it. So here we can do maybe a small function that does the transformation, or maybe ensures that we have to map everything to what as we've given it here. So we can just using small letters. So we can so we have to run this file sometime, and this is the file that we'll be using to load the data into our database. So we can call this one runs like that. So we call variables. So it's true. So this is just a Python function. So this one is so what we'll call is we can just call it maybe hours. So it will be equals to layer mapping. So we have now to call our layer, our model, sorry. So it's soils. Then we call our shapefile that we just defined its path here. So I can just do something like that. Then now we call the name of the piece, which is here, put there. Yeah, and then transform, because we don't know which spatial reference in that layer, but we want, even if it's not in another format, just to be put in our, we defined EPSG, the code 210.37, which is UTM. So that will be the case. Then we call hours.save. So we can define some parameters inside here. If we require, or maybe we don't. You can tell it to be so strict on the data, so it doesn't have some gaps. It should raise errors in every file that it shows to have issues. So that's my file. Yeah, very simple. And so this one, I'll use this script as many times as I want. As many times as I want to load the data into my database, I'll just call this file. So now we see our section here has 0 datasets. So we want to populate the database here and have the data into a section. So how do I do that? So I need to come and go to shell, which is now Python. This is Python. We get to Python. So there you go. So we have to say from geo import load. It's load soils. Yeah, there you go. So load soils. So we want to run that script. We need to run this script that we just written, so that can populate the data into a database. And if I enter, yeah, so it tells us the layer map error, no source reference, system defined. Yeah. So this one is because we just defined something to transform here, something like that. So now because it doesn't have a spatial reference, so we are not transforming anything. Yeah. So it means the original or the initial spatial reference is empty. So we need to edit that so that it can we can continue loading the data. So we can just remove that and we save, and then sorry, so we have to exit and then come back again. So we just do something like that. No spatial reference defined. Oh, we remove that. Keyword is set to false. The mapping, which is a unique keyword, is set to false. Yeah, but if we've told it to not to, we can just do something like this, and then we remove that. So yeah, something like that. So if sorry for the break. I'm back. So we need to eliminate this error, which is I can just say exit. Let me counter check something here. Let's see whether oh yeah. So let me see something. So if I get to share, and then try to do that, same error. So we have to edit this. So I think we'll have to go check the issues. So we have that one model. So this one, then okay, this one should come back to true. Then okay, let me do these. So do something like that. So you can just do that one. Yeah. So I hope this one will work. Exit. To share, then nice. So float found. So the error has disappeared, but I still have an issue here, and I know that's I know the error is here because this is float, so we can give maybe a character and then something like that. So there we go. So I think our issue should not be there now. Yeah, very nice. So our layer now just told us they are saved. Yeah, 2 instances. So wow, bingo. So everything is okay. So you can just exit, then go back, run our server, and then check here and see that that's all the time. Yeah, nice. So everything is here. So yeah, nice one. So there you are. So it loads some good. So this is what we wanted. We don't want so we can even do some tweaks here, whereby now we can say, maybe for example we can say from leaflet forgotten Django.leaflet you got leaflet GeoAdmin, yeah, sound like that. So we put leaflet GeoAdmin there, then we can just have oh sorry funny. So I have to do a class whereby it says soil admin, and then I have my leaflet admin there. Yeah, something like that. So Then we do something like this. So we can just maybe say list display. Yeah, whereby now we'll be having something like this. So we have, I think, FAQ. Then we have need to get these things from this part. Just and like that. So we can just copy that, paste it there. Then we have text. Yeah, something like that. Then we can maybe have search field. Okay, can leave that for now. So we have soils, then we have soil admin, and then because we had the leaflet here, so we have to come back to our settings file, add leaflet. So that one will now enable us do what we call we'll be able to input or to use the leaflet admin data that we need to have. So it's just that simple, no need of any issues. So what we've done is we've just included our leaflet application here because we need to use it here, and so that now we can just no, this one should be .admin. Yeah, so there you go. And so what we've done here, instead of using the admin.osm admin, we've just used the leaflet because okay, I like leaflet, some are cool, the display is better. And so if we refresh this, template does not exist. Wow, this is so awesome. So leaflet does not exist. Oh, so this is the issue. So from leaflet admin, import leaflet GeoAdmin. Okay, let me first of all use the admin admin and see what will. Oh, sorry, this one is should not be OSM Geo. It should be OSM Geo. Okay, let me revert back a little bit. So admin.model and see what happens there. So there you are. It has the, I don't know why it is not loading everything. It should be, but we have two records here. We have 00.1 and so we can edit, save, see the history and all that. Yeah, correct. Edit. So this one doesn't record. Well, this one doesn't have the geometry, so maybe just generate that. And yeah, for demonstration purposes. So we have two records. So what we can do is if we check in our database here on the issue of our data, we see how the database has already been populated with all this information that we've just done in a very short while. And if I come here, so we have 12 tables, so GIS files is here. And if I just do some like this, which is okay, let me just put something like this. So if I come to view data, so the two records the same as they appear here. Here they are. So this issue of leaflet admin, I think I'll have to do it in the next class. And yeah, I think now it's cool. So you've seen how I think there's some bugs in my system, but I'll check that out. So oh no, I think it's this one. I've not saved. So yeah, oh my goodness. So if I just do this, something like that, yeah, that was the issue. So apps not get loaded. So I don't know why it's misbehaving. But I think my system has some issues. But no worry. But let me check my settings file again. Leaflet.js. Then I have leaflet. Oh, the spelling. Oh my goodness. Sorry for that. So so this one just do something like that. Yeah, there you go. Wow, wonderful. So if I go to these, if I now go to change form, yeah, nice, perfect. So there it is. So leaflet, the admin now comes, and my data wasn't. It was just some dummy data, so it wasn't that very accurate. So that you can see, still showing that it's getting lost somewhere. I don't know. I think issues of projection. But at least now you've seen how to edit. Django gives you an option of you can use either leaflet, or maybe you can use open layers. But for later applications, I think I prefer leaflet. Leaflet is much easier to use, and I think it's very lightweight. So if people will be accessing this system on any application that be using, so something, this one will load very fast. And also on data editing, it has some tools where you can easily edit the data. You can also have some other tools like these that you can just use to draw some, for example, that, yeah, you just can delete that, whatever you had. So this one is just edit, yeah, then you can just navigate as you want. So this functionality, I find it very good in my GeoDjango here, because I'm able to make very fast changes, and I can also delete that if I don't want the changes to be saved. So we've seen a very quick way of automatically generating this. So imagine of a scenario you had 50 layers that you wanted to create models for. So the good thing with that auto-generation method is that it gives you the option of not overthinking about the fields that you use. Is it a character field? Is it a multi-polygon field? Is it integer field? Is it a float? So it automatically fetches that for you. So it keeps the hassle in itself, and you're able to generate models very fast and use them in the system. So I think the next time I'll show you now on how to get the data now from models displayed to the public, or maybe on a certain map portal that now someone can even see the information contained in the database. So with that, I think I leave it to that. So thank you for watching, and maybe I write the command here. The command again for fetching the dataset is you go by the Python manage.py. So then you do ogrinspect, then you now give to your shapefile, which is a shapefile. Then you give your model name that you want it to appear. Then you set the SRID, which is the special reference ID. Then you also set the form mapping, so that can generate that file automatically for you, which is here. And then you just now do multiple. So this is the script that you used to do the magic here. It's very simple, very easy, and very fast and time saving. So having that, thank you for watching, and have a nice time. So thank you.